What's going on, everybody? It's Rev. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Dauntless. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you portions of my trial run, I guess it is. It's my first act speed run for reforging, and I've been enjoying doing this style of content. Like, I think it's just a good challenge and good fun. And it also encourages me to reforge as fast as possible so I can get other content out. And so I might as well share the journey along the way. The main feature of this speedrun is, you might have guessed, it's the malkarion weapon. The malkarion weapon is insanely good at teleporting you around the map, getting around quickly, and just destroying terra behemoths. And so that's kind of the theme of this run. People do a lot of different starts. I went from Iron Falls to level 5, and then Fortune's Folly to level 10. Underfall Defiled to 13, Haitis reached to level 17, and then Blazeworks to level 20. I knew the Blazeworks is going to be, because I'm kind of like fresh, like I'm not super good, I'm not like crazy at the game, and so I wanted to spend as little time in the Blazeworks as possible, because that's where I feel like I slow down the most. So let's go ahead and kick this off with the Iron Falls portion of the run. I want to say, I mean, Iron Falls, the reason why I chose this island is because it's small, and I know it's it has some verticality to it, but it doesn't really matter because we're using the malkarion weapon. And so the amount of travel time that you need to do in order to get from the next behemoth fight is pretty minimal, and that's just kind of the main thing that I like about it, is that travel time is very minimal, and you end up spending a lot of time just kind of blinking from behemoth fight to behemoth fight. Another good thing is that it has slightly above level behemoths, above level 5, so you're going from 1 to 5, and you're able to kind of get max EXP more frequently. And one of those behemoths can be Boreas, which is a very, very low HP behemoth, and you can just kind of kill them in less than, like, it feels like 10 seconds. It's like very, very quick kills. If you can catch a level 5 Boreas or something, it's just kind of like free EXP, and I feel like you make really good time on bounties and all that stuff. But those are some reasons why I think this this island is particularly good. Overall, 1 through 5 went really smoothly. I had one point where I needed to like do acidic, and I think that was like kind of the only hiccup I had here. So I went over to Fortune's Folly, and I was kind of like, you know, I don't know how fighting higher level behemoths is going to feel as, you know, as I keep getting further. And this is where I really felt the power of Savit and just kind of the malkarion and just kind of the power creep of Dauntless in general. It felt like I was rolling behemoths on this island, and I was feeling pretty good, but some of my hiccups were that I kept using the malkarion legendary. I think I was probably on the edge of like the teleport distance, and there was a bug, and I totally forgot about the bug existing, is that like if you're on like the very edge of the malkarion teleport distance, it just won't teleport you. At least I think that's the cause. That's seemingly the cause. You just kind of teleport, you use it, and then you don't go anywhere. And that happened to me like so many times, and I totally forgot about it, and it took me a long time to realize. I was like, what is causing this? I forget. Like, I remember this is a thing, but I forget what causes it. And then as I just kept playing the game, my memory kind of came back to me. I was like, oh yeah, you need to be like a little bit closer. Like, you need to go like 5 meters closer or something like that. And after I remembered that, it only happened seldomly. One thing I want to make note of here is that I wasn't really sure if I was going to be using Revenant or Discipline. I figured that since this is more of a trial run, I should probably be trying Omnicells that I'm not super comfortable with. I've had Revenant like less than a week's time, so I haven't really been playing around with it too much, and I still don't really know like the optimal usage or anything like that, and so I'm still getting a feel for it, and I think it was still a good call. I might have been able to squeeze a little bit more out of Discipline with the build I was using. I was using like some weird hodgepodge like adrenaline build with Savit weapons. I have never used the Savit weapon, and I overall thought it was pretty impressive. I felt like I was killing behemoths pretty fast, and I was just like, oh, this is how everybody is just destroying behemoths in these runs. So it was a nice surprise to be like, oh, I can actually keep a decent pace. with this weapon. And yeah, it was a nice surprise. But I was just because of the familiarity of discipline, I feel like I might have been able to get a little bit of extra time. There are some points in the run where I'm just at less than half life, and I'm just like, I should heal, but I also have a damage window, and I just don't know if I should heal and then use discipline, or not discipline, and I just don't know if I should heal and then use Revenant, or if I should just keep dealing damage. There's like this weird in between for me, and I'm just not really sure yet. Yeah, that's just something to note. I think I probably would have gained maybe a little bit of time if I used discipline, but I'm not sure how the damage difference is in terms of like longevity of the run, so maybe not. Overall, I feel like Fortune's Folly didn't really have much to report. After I got over the hurdles of teleporting around and kind of getting a feel for how the run was gonna go, I just kind of started steamrolling, and I feel like I had good bounty RNG here, so I made level 10 really fast. And then I was kind of dreading going to the Undervault Defile, because in my last run I did not have a good time here. I had a horrible time even, but I decided to try it again just because it's a terra, you know, a terra set of behemoths. Teleporting around isn't too bad. Undervault Defiled is huge, and I know a lot of people use like the help I'm stuck feature, but as a partner, Phoenix Labs doesn't really like when you use that feature or abuse it, and so I just choose not to. That being said, I want to say that I'm actually pretty impressed with this island. I ended up staying here, and I was debating on staying for another level here, so I might make that tweak in a future run where I go to like level 14 and then do Haitis Reach for one less level, because it depends how I want to run it. The main thing that was important to me is making sure I don't get stuck on wounding, because that's probably the biggest hiccup of this and the biggest blunder of this run, is that I definitely ended up staying with acidic longer than I should have. There was a point in the run where I completed a bounty that was wound damage, and then I flew back to the box. I was like, I'm galaxy brain, I'm gonna fly back to the box and change my cell out and do this, like I do the wound damage bounty, and then I change it out, and then I'm golden. And then I did that, and then my next bounty after it was wound damage, so I was like, no dude, I dropped the box, and it was all ogre from there. So that was like a big blunder, and I couldn't really predict it, but the wound bounties were definitely the bane of this run. Undervault Defile was definitely, I have a better impression of it now than when I did in my hammer speed run, and having the shock weapon and just kind of having a little bit more experience across the board was definitely the big factor of that. I have no experience on the hammer, so yeah, that was a really painful one. I definitely will play that run a little bit different on the hammer, but malkarion weapon on this map is really good. So I know it's not super time efficient, but I end up staying on each island until about the time that the event spawns. And the reason for that is, while I want to do this quickly, I want to be able to reforge the weapons. I'm not someone who just kind of like reforges for fun. I legitimately need them still, because you know, back in the day, my entire account was power surged and I didn't have to worry about that stuff. But I actually need the Aether Sparks on now that I reset the account, so I want to just kind of point that out. I know it's not super optimal to wait or do the events, but I do them just because, you know, it's just too much value for me to not do them. So that being said, Undervault Defile, pretty good. Now, Haitis Reach was kind of my like big experimentation. Like I said, I didn't want to stay too long in the Blazeworks, and I wasn't sure if Undervault was going to be good or not. And so my handicap, so to speak, is I knew that Haitis Reach was good, but I wasn't using a frost weapon. And so this was kind of like, is it still good even though I'm not doing that? Or, you know, so this was like a big like experimentation process for me, where I just am trying to feel out what is good and what isn't, because I feel like my time to kill was decent on Haitis Reach. Again, I think acidic kind of hamstring the run a little bit here, and and the more I leave islands, the more I have to like stack up to 4 determination. And so like I said, I think I probably should have stayed in Undervault for like 1 more level. I might just skip Haitis Reach entirely next time. I might go to a different island and go to something that will benefit me more in terms of like having terra behemoths or something like I forget what the other one is, but I can't think of its name right now, but there's another island with like Rezakiri and Scrave and some terra behemoths. I forget what it's called. And that one will probably be decent, but depending, just because of how confident I was feeling in the run in terms of just kind of like my TTK felt good, so I might end up doing like a big skip to the Blazeworks or something next time, depending on how I'm feeling. Obviously, as I get more, I'm getting more power as I keep reforging and I'm able to optimize more builds as I keep doing this. So maybe in the future I'll just end up doing some skips here, but I also might start swapping weapons a little bit more, you know, like go here with the frost weapon, go to Haitis Reach with the frost weapon, and then swap back to malkarion and just kind of do some flip-flopping. One thing that I think it would be kind of interesting is an all neutral weapon reforge, where there's just no elemental advantage, no legendary advantage, no, you know, just stuff like that to make it a little bit more even in terms of who can, you know, participate in these sort of like things. I think it would be kind of interesting, like no bug usage, no bounties, because bounties are kind of RNG too. Like it would be pain, but it would be kind of interesting just to see how people break the game and its limitations by adding limitations to it. So that was an idea I had while I was doing this. I was just like, you know, I was getting kind of rolled by the acidic wound damage bounties, and I was like, okay, well, maybe we just try to like negate this RNG and just take it all out entirely. It would take so long to reforge, though. I don't think many people would be interested in doing that. That being said, that was kind of a tangent. Haitis Reach was okay. It has Valamir on it, and so if Valamir spawns, I ended up killing it a couple times just so I could like not accidentally teleport to it, which is kind of weird. There's that part of Haitis Reach is like a big question mark to me. If you can get Valamir to spawn in like a corner of the map, it's fine, but for me it was in the center, and so I was like, I just need to kill it so I can teleport around the map more efficiently. So I don't know, it was okay. Haitis Reach is obviously great because Hellion's just so easy to kill, but it's the fast lane, but the fast lane has speed bumps on it because Valamir's there, and Valamir is the speed bump, you know? Anyway, it was okay. And then we moved on to the Blazeworks. Now, I lost a ton of time on the Blazeworks, and I knew I was going to lose a lot of time on the Blazeworks. The Blazeworks has terra behemoths that I'm okay with, but I don't think that Koshai and the Axe get along very well. And so, furthermore, for some reason, I was just getting mauled by Embermane, which is so, like... if you know how to interrupt behemoths and you've been playing for a long time, it's just like Embermane is so free. But I couldn't do it. I missed so many Grim Onslaughts and mistimed them, and it really affected the timer. And so as per usual, as per my hammer run, as per this run, the Blazeworks was where I added the most time for sure. Not only does it, you know, you need the most EXP there, but I did some huge blunders. When the event spawned, I like tried it out, and I was just like, nah. I killed like the first behemoth of it, and I was just like, nah, this was a big mistake. I shouldn't have done it. There are some definite tweaks I would change. I would definitely use my potions more. I wasn't on this island. I wasn't using them as efficiently to get to level 4 determination, like off rip. Which is something that I will definitely do in the future. It's just something that I wasn't really thinking about. I might even do like a catalyst build to that effect, so I can get to determination level 4 even faster. But I'm not sure. The reason why I didn't really do that is because I'm not really sure how catalyst interacts with the attack speed cap now that it's implemented. So I just wasn't sure that I would be consistent enough in using them and maintaining that level of attack speed. So that was kind of like the big question mark I had about the Blazeworks and kind of like my build in general, is that that attack speed thing. I need to kind of look into that a little bit more. I need to ask someone or something. Overall, the Blazeworks ended up being just like a big hamstring to the run. I misplayed it a lot. I died. I had to. I remember at one point I was just like, bro, I need to pee so bad. And then I just got up. Like, I was just like, all right, I ran out of revives. I went back to Ramsgate and then I just let the timer tick down because I just needed to pee so bad. But, you know, it happens. It is what it is. Sometimes you just got to go, bro. And so I ended up going and handling that and coming back without the acidic. I dropped the acidic and I just kind of like fixed everything that needed to be fixed about the run. And then the timer clocked in roughly around like 1 hour and 38 minutes. So that's how long it took me. It was a pretty decent run. I think I can definitely shave off some more time, but we saved like an hour off of the hammer run. So, I mean, I'm happy with the progression. I know I can do better. I got hit a lot and there were some definite roadblocks to this route, but I think with some minor tweaks, I should be able to get the axe Reforge in probably like an hour, which I think is fair. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little commentary video. I'm working really hard on just trying to get consistent content out, but the Reforge process itself really slows me down, because sometimes I'm just like, man, I really want to do like heroic escalation, but I want to do it with the axe, so I can kind of like double dip on the legendary axe series that I'm doing. So I'm just trying to make everything line up without making anything just like too painstakingly hard, and also just so you guys can actually like see everything that's going on. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.